It all started with a plant that looked harmless. In fact, beautiful. When the water hyacinth first arrived in East Asia, people loved it. It cleaned up polluted water and fed livestock. A total win-win. Until it wasn't. That innocent-looking plant soon clogged rivers, killed fish, and brought entire ecosystems to their knees. Chaos ensued until a tiny source became the unlikely savior. Let's dive in for a little eco-thriller today on how invasive plants conquer, why we failed to stop them, and nature's clever fix.
To grasp why these plants became such nightmares, let's zoom out and talk about how nature keeps its house in order. An ecosystem consists of many elements: plants, animals, insects. Everyone's got a role. Plants grow to provide food and shelter. Herbivores munch on them to keep things trimmed. Predators hunt the herbivores to prevent overpopulation. And decomposers recycle it all. It's a constant tug of war, with built-in checks and balances that have evolved over millennia. If you ever need a reminder of how fragile an ecosystem is, look no further than a bunch of bunnies. English settlers initially brought rabbits to Australia as a source of hunting fun. With no predators, endless grass, and perfect weather, those rabbits multiplied like crazy. Within decades, there were hundreds of millions of them. They chewed through crops, stripped the land bare, and outcompeted native animals who'd lived there for millennia. Farmers were horrified. Scientists were baffled. Australia was basically being eaten by these seemingly harmless fluffballs. Invasive plants have one thing in common with rabbits. They too sit at the bottom of the food chain, in fact, even lower. To survive, they also multiply fast when no check and balances are around.
Now let's turn to the villains of our story, the water hyacinth and its sneaky sidekick, alligator weed. Both are from South America, and both look deceptively innocent, like elegant floating greens that could rival a spa brochure. When they first reached East Asia, locals fell in love with them. They mirrored the beauty of native lotus flowers, blanketing ponds in summer. They could even gobble up heavy metals from dirty water, like natural filters. They grew fast and were rich in crude protein, fiber, carbohydrates, and minerals, such as calcium and phosphorus. When chopped and fermented, they were suitable for feeding livestock. Everything seemed good, right? Well, people then realized that these weeds grew too fast, so much so that they exploded across rivers, canals, and lakes, forming impenetrable green blankets. Fishermen couldn't navigate their boats, fish suffocated as oxygen vanished, even hydropower plants ground to a halt, clogged with plant debris. And while they did clean up pollutants, they could just dump those toxins right back in if not removed fast enough and left to rot in water. What began as a pretty pond ornament spiraled into an ecological disaster zone in only a few years. You might be thinking, hold up, East Asia has lotus plants that cover ponds too. Why aren't they disruptive? Great question. The key is in residency status. Lotus is a local legend. It's been part of the scene for thousands of years. Every bug, fish, and plant knows the drill. Insects nibble its stems, fish graze its roots, and the cycle hums along without drama. Lotus plays by seasonal rules. It ramps up in spring, peaks in summer, then chills out in autumn and winter, giving everyone a breather. Its leaves and flowers poke above the water, letting sunlight and oxygen filter through. But water hyacinth and alligator weed are out-of-towners with no manners. No local critters eat them or outcompete them, so they multiply year-round like they've got an infinite cheat code. They sprawl flat across the surface, blocking light and air, turning vibrant waters into dead zones. It's not just speed, it's the lack of checks that makes them spread like a virus. A disruption like this would take nature a long time to balance out. Humans being humans, we didn't just sit back and wait. We took matters into our own hands instead. First up, manual removal. Armies of workers in boats yanking plants by hand or net. That's a nice try, but these weeds regrew faster than a bad haircut. Next up, herbicides were used. They worked, sort of, but they also nuked innocent plants and poisoned wildlife. Not exactly a win for the environment. Then came the big guns. Mechanical harvesters like floating monster trucks were deployed to mow down the greens. They seemed impressive, but guzzled fuel, cost a fortune, and still couldn't keep pace with the invasion. Every fix was pricey, short-lived, and left us right back at square one. Humans were outmatched.
Scientists had to regroup and raise one simple question. Why are they causing no problems back in South America? A quick peek revealed the secret. Back home, they're kept humble by two hungry local bugs. Neochatina, a pint-sized weevil that devours water hyacinth like it's at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and Agassecles hygrophila, a beetle laser-focused on alligator weed. These bugs co-evolved with the plants over eons. They're basically custom-built solutions. After rigorous testing to ensure they wouldn't become invaders themselves, researchers released them in Asia. And magic happened. The bugs chomped away, curbing the plant's explosive growth without wiping them out entirely. In colder areas, scientists bred chill-resistant versions. They even paired the bugs with floating barriers to corral and remove stragglers. Since these floaters lack real roots, finally, nature, with a scientific nudge, mended the mess we made.
Stories like this are humbling reminders that ecosystems are intricate masterpieces, fine-tuned over billions of years. One tiny tweak, like importing a harmless plant, can unleash chaos. And often, the smartest fix isn't bulldozing through with tech or chemicals, but stepping back and learning from nature itself. If this tale of tiny bugs versus monster plants blew your mind, hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating stories, and drop a comment. What's the weirdest invasive species you've heard of? Thanks for watching, stay curious, and see you in the next one.